Hi Mom! This is my new puppy Huckleberry, and we're going to try and do a little garden tour for you on video here. Other friends that watch this, I hope you enjoyed this well. Here's all of our rascally pack. We have Holy Moly in the front, the little one's Bella Bella, we've got Golly Girl, Grumpy Dog, this here's Huckleberry, we have our little orphan Lammy, her name is Petunia, and we have a couple of other canine friends with us for the weekend as well. I'm going to try and name as many of the plants as we can, and we'll just walk around and take a peek, and hopefully it works. Okay. Over here, we have a nice bed. It's got all kind of sunflowers. Some of them are just for cutting. Corn, some giant sunflowers, tortilla corn, and we have a bed of chard that's starting to come up for the chickens. It's just for fun. We planted these late season, but they're coming up nicely. I've got a variegated buddleia plant. It's real pretty. A poisonous castor bean plant. It's good for pesticides. It's a gopher, mole, and vole repellent. Fennel. Everybody knows what that one is. This is artichokes. They've been underperforming, unfortunately, this year. This is a snowball bush. I don't know the medicinal name, but it has medicinal qualities in the bark. I've got some bee balm. This is the native bee balm, I believe, and some lantana hiding underneath. More lantanas. We have a lot of elderberries. It's used for syrup and immune function, and I have two different kinds. This is a lacy leaf one here. This is a dark leaf one. It's real pretty when it flowers. You can see some of the berries right there. I have a few other ones you'll see later on. I've got a weed overtaking my little yellow rose bush, but it makes flowers, so we leave it. Got some basils and tulsi basil. This is the front of our house just overlooking the vineyard road, so all the visitors that come by on tours walk past our house and get to see all this. We have quite a few different roses. Most of them we've taken with us from place to place, and a lot of them we've started by cuttings. I've got some gladiolas hiding inside my pots, a sunflower that volunteered, the zinnia I planted. These are real pretty and scented. These are really beautiful back here as well. I have quite a few different kinds. I have some little seedlings started. I think they're elastomerias or some other type of flower that we planted. When we came, this wasn't much but high weeds. All that was here was some of the agapanthus and the trees. So all of this that we've put in, it takes a long time to water it every day, unfortunately. I've got a fig tree. I took this from a cutting. They're pretty easy to do. Some nasturtiums. We'll get in a little bit of shade. Here's a dino kale plant, some chard, some petunias, and some marigolds, some variegated grasses. Something ate my kale plant, some kind of root worm, so we're just waiting to plant some back there, but there's some coleuses. This is a muscadine eating grape. There is some grapes on it, but you'd have to zoom in close to see them. I've got parsley, a bell pepper. This is a red currant plant. The birds ate all the currants. Here's another fig tree. Here's another lantana. This is just pretty color with celosias and more marigolds and gardenias or gazinias, something like that. Just real pretty. Here's a Mexican marigold. It has a real strong scent. I have a bunch of these, and I love them. They're our bee balms. And we got some new colors recently, but this is a real dark purple one. It has a lovely scent, has strong antiseptic qualities, and has been used for mouthwash and antiseptics for a long time. Has a calming effect. The bees and hummingbirds love it. This is a pink leaf tobacco plant. It is a perennial as long as you don't get a hard freeze. The agapanthus were here when we came. Here's a white sage just through flower. More roses. This is a variegated elderberry plant. This one's having a little bit of a rough time. I don't think it gets enough airflow right there. We planted a flowering jasmine, fragrant jasmine vines, and it's thriving really well. We got some more nice roses, a rosemary plant that's taking its time to get off. Calendulas are used for their healing properties. Once again, none of this was here except for the agapanthus, and this was all waist-high weeds. So this is real gravelly without a whole lot of soil. So we have had to keep adding and mulching to keep the weeds down and to try and hold some water. Some pretty dahlias. This bed gets nice sun, so it's filled in real well. These are lavenders we've brought with us and survived some pretty harsh conditions, but they're flowering and doing good. 2 different kinds. There's another small one there. More of the bee balm. It's set to do a second flower, so the first flush is just ending. Poppies, daisies, rudbeckias, lantanas, dahlias, a Japanese maple tree, more tobacco, Burbank Shasta daisies, calendulas, collard greens, lemon balm, vervains, artichoke, bronze fennel. This one gets real tall.
Okay.
Sage, yarrow, variegated and lemon in regular times. Feverfew, yarrow, echinacea, immune system functions. This is valerian root. This is goldenrods. They're about to flower soon. This is lemon verbena. More pretty daisies. This is the other bee balm again. Real pretty. The manzanita was here. It carries a lot of ants and they like to make scale colonies on it, so I don't like it so much in the garden. Some pretty black-eyed Susans. More zinnias. I have a wormwood plant. I have red and yellow onions, strawberries, and these are Thai chili peppers, so they do real well here. It's shady now, but we get a lot of sun later in the afternoon. Eggplant that's having problems. We get lots of insects because of the vineyard. You can see how close the vineyard is to the house. We only have a little bit of space in between us and the vines. Hey look, I have my own Christmas tree. Some bog salvias with a really pretty, vibrant blue flower. Some traditional buddleias. I've got different types of cucumbers. Here's some zucchinis. More zucchinis. The cucumbers are hiding in the back there. These are a Japanese long cucumber. This is a pumpkin. We have some beautiful Armenian cucumbers growing.
I'll put that one in there.
I think we have 5 different kinds of cucumbers planted. We're letting them get big. We'll take a peek in the backyard and some of the chickens, hopefully here. We took 7 truckloads of garbage out of the house and backyard. It was all a big muddy mess, and there was nothing here. So we had to rip out a whole bunch of garbage and junk and build everything. But now it's starting to look nice. We have a shady bed for root vegetables. Because of the chicken coop, it doesn't get a lot of sun, but we have basil, cilantros, dill, onions, radishes, carrots, and beets in the back. So it's a good greens bed. We'll get some good broccoli and winter stuff in after the summer's over, and this stuff might not get enough sun to do well, but the cilantro and dill certainly will. We have a nice chicken coop. Got some beautiful rooster. He's a Japanese phoenix rooster. He's real pretty, friendly, even though he's mature, and some game bird hens. And we've got some khaki Campbell ducks and a cactus in our coop. We get some nice little eggs from the chickens for our puppies. We don't have any duck eggs yet today, so we'll just let them be. We can't let the birds run around anymore now that the garden's growing, but they used to be able to free range, although they get lots of fresh produce. We've got some pretty baby chickens we're growing at the moment, hoping to select a new rooster from this batch. So we have a bunch of game birds we incubated. We're hoping that some of them turn out to be promising roosters. We have a pair of call ducks that were a gift from one of our grandmother figures out here that's since passed away, and we just can't get rid of them even though they're old and don't lay eggs or do anything like that. I think we're going to have to change out our batteries, so this might be 2 parts.